According to the information that was provided, you have been with Carrier for quite some time, overseeing the HVAC operations in India. With like over 16 years at Carrier, you have led the strategic growth and emphasizing on sustainability and ethical leadership, right? So my first question would be like, what is the sustainability roadmap of Carrier like looks like when it comes to India?
Hi, good morning to you, Shrabasti. Pleasure to be with you for this interview today in the morning. Carrier globally is committed to becoming the leader in intelligent climate and energy solutions. So we are strategically transforming our business from the various businesses that we've had through acquisitions and business exits to become a pure HVAC player in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. We are also going to be focused around energy solutions and becoming a connected technology player. Carrier is committed towards providing, as the world urbanizes, as India urbanizes more. Carrier is committed to providing healthy, safe, and sustainable environment for our future generations. We are focused on connecting technologies, so which means digitally enabled solutions for our customers, and also being responsible around refrigerants, which is a big contributor to the global warming potential. If you look at globally, HVAC contributes more than 40% of the greenhouse gas emissions, in buildings, and 40% of that comes from HVAC systems. So that's the opportunity that as an HVAC company we have to for future generations. And we are committed now to saving more than 1 gigaton for our customers from a carbon footprint emission standpoint. We are working with our customers and across our stakeholders to make sure that we are able to drive the sustainability initiatives that we are looking at.
All right. So like when you say like sustainability initiative, like when it comes to your collaboration with the supply chain stakeholders to drive the company's ESG roadmap, like how do you see upon that? Like how are you collaborating with them?
Sure. So Carrier India has been in India. I mean, our operations has been in India for the last 35 years. We were one of the first multinational companies to actually start our operations. We have a factory in Gurgaon, which is right next to Delhi in the NCR region. And our factory is IGBC Platinum certified. It's one of the factories which got IGBC Platinum certification, being the 35-year-old factory. And we work across our value chain. So we work with our suppliers, we work with our customers around the ESG initiatives. So what we do, I mean, we understand that the supply base in India is developing, the ecosystem is actually getting developed in India as well as India urbanizes and becomes a developed nation. We work very closely with all our suppliers, and we understand and recognize that our supply base actually contributes a lot towards the MSME, industry, and they play a significant factor in terms of employing a lot of workers, as well as they actually contribute towards green gas house emissions. So we are working towards making sure our suppliers understand the responsibility around sustainable practices, and we help them, train them, educate them around sustainability practices. So that's how we have been able to work with our supply base across the value chain.
All right. So among the, let's say, among the activities or the actions that you said you would undertake, like what are some of the key initiatives that you would like to highlight across the ESG pillars of sustainability that Carrier is undertaking currently?
Carrier's dedication to sustainability spans across the ESG pillars, which we encapsulated in our ambitious 2030 goals that we have announced. And these goals drive our mission to enact tangible change for our planet, our people, and our communities, while fostering ongoing innovation and improvement. So there are three main pillars on which we actually work around from an ESG standpoint. One is around, from a driving diversity, equity, and inclusion, what we call as DEI within the Carrier world. And we recognize the significance of a diverse workforce that, helps the communities that we serve. We are committed to creating an inclusive workplace environment for all. From an Carrier, one of our core values in Carrier has always been around integrity and the ethical standards that we have within our organization. So transparency, accountability, and integrity are at the core of how we do our business globally. Our robust governance framework also ensures compliance with all the regulations in each country that we operate in, and we uphold the highest ethical standards in all our dealings. So Carrier India, like I said, has been in India for the last 35 years. It's IGBC Platinum certified factory, which underscores our dedication towards sustainability in India as well. In our India factory, we manufacture all the light commercial, VRF, and the smaller chillers in our India factory. As we are looking at more investments and more localization in India. And one of our key initiatives is also, globally, is to work with our customers and help save more than 1 gigaton of greenhouse gas emissions by 2030. This was announced by our chairman and CEO globally. And to achieve this, we are investing more than $2 billion in developing sustainable, intelligent, and cold chain solutions. These solutions help prioritize our healthy environments, safe environments, and also integrating the sustainable design principles to reduce the overall life cycle impact. And by 2030,
right.
We are also committed, to achieving water neutrality, in all our operations. We want to make sure that there is zero waste going into landfills, and also reducing the energy intensity in our operations by more than 10%. So these are our ambitious goals that we have set for ourselves globally, and we are working towards that in every country that we operate in. Another significant milestone in our journey has been our commitment to limiting the global warming potential to 1.5 degrees Celsius. And this is being done by aligning ourselves with the science-based targets initiatives. And we are working towards achieving net zero greenhouse gas emissions across our value chain by 2050.
All right. So speaking of all the initiative and the milestones you have achieved, like recently you have mentioned, like your initiative in circles around diversity, equity, and inclusion, and your ethical standards like transparency, accountability. So my question is like, upon reaching all these goals, like you must have encountered a number of challenges and obstacles. Like how do you address them, and how do you combat them at the same time?
A great question, frankly. And, one of the significant challenges that we've been, looking at is around climate change and also navigating the ongoing energy transition. There is a lot happening around climate change. There's a lot happening around energy transition as well. And we are navigating these two challenges that we look at. But what we do is to, work through strategic planning. We are looking at innovative solutions to effectively mitigate the impact from these challenges that we see, not just in India, but globally as well. And we are implementing sustainable practices across our operations. We are looking at reducing greenhouse gas emissions, transitioning to a renewable energy sources across our value chains. And in India, if I can talk about over the last 15 years, we've been at the forefront of doing a lot of these initiatives aimed at reducing greenhouse gas emissions. Our Gurgaon factory, has taken a lot of initiatives, which has resulted in annual savings of more than 1,500 metric tons of carbon dioxide equivalent of greenhouse gas emissions. We've earned the prestigious platinum certification, like I said before, from IGBC. And we have implemented a lot of other initiatives like solar power, generating more than 500 kilowatt of solar power in our factory. We've transitioned from a diesel-based gensets to a greener fuel gensets. Our paint shops are now completely on green fuels, again reducing the overall impact. So these are some of the initiatives that we have taken, in our India factory. Our India factory has, we are proud about one more big thing that we look at from an ESG standpoint is around safety of our employees in the factory. There has been no incident that has happened either within our manufacturing operations or in our service operations for the almost 17 years now. So which translates to almost 35 million man hours without any a lost day work incident. We are also looking at overall as a carrier, as an organization, as we are looking at a systematic approach globally. We have prioritized sustainability in our decision making process, which is the core of how we get started in any kind of decision that we do. We have invested a lot in terms of research, development for innovative solutions, and also looking at collaborating with our partners from a supply chain perspective, from our channel partners, our dealer network standpoint, and also our customers. We are working with our customers closely to help the customers in their ESG journey, and we are leveraging our expertise and resources to develop sustainable practices that will benefit not just our business but also contribute to a healthier and more sustainable future for all.
Yeah, so basically the initiatives that you're talking about and the projects in Gurgaon, like it has to be a collective effort. Like your number of employees are like in this project. So when it comes to your own workforce or your own employees, how do you drive the sustainability agenda amongst them?
Sure. Like I said, I mean, at Carrier globally and as well as in India, sustainability is the core of our operations. I mean, that's what we believe in, not just now, but for many years that we've been practicing around sustainability. We've been the founding members of the Green Building Councils in many countries globally. And we prioritize our health and safety of our employees a lot. I mean, and safety is one of our core values in how we operate. So that's inbuilt amongst all our employees. Through Carrier's environment, health and safety operating system, what we call the EHS system, we ensure the protection of our workforce, the stakeholders, and the environment. It encompasses the entire value chain of how we work with across all our stakeholders. The system actually governs how our Carrier employees, our channel partners, our contractors, our employees working in the manufacturing food factories will actually work, and across our office locations. We also track and monitor our EHS metrics every month, every year, including the greenhouse gas emissions, energy usage, water consumption, waste management across our facilities. We utilize a third-party software to help drive and monitor these metrics. And as part of our commitment towards sustainability, our 2030 ESG goals has been prioritized. We prioritize maintaining a world-class safety metrics. We invest a lot around creating safe work environments, implementing continuous monitoring and performance improvement measures. And we ensure across our value chains, whether it's our employees, our dealers, our contractors, our customers, we have a safety agenda for all of us.
All right. So coming down to my last question, like for the upcoming financial year, what would be a priority in terms of sustainability? Just a general idea.
Sure. So sustainability, I mean, like I said, has been part of our core in terms of how we work for a few years now. But in terms of times to come, this is going to be of more importance as the world urbanizes more and as the global warming potential actually increases further. So in the next few years, our priority will revolve around making sure that we have a net zero greenhouse gas emissions across our entire value chain by 2050 globally for the Carrier global. We are going to strengthen our efforts in terms of working with our customers to reduce the emissions by more than 1 gigaton by 2030 itself. That's been announced. And we are working towards achieving water neutrality, eliminating waste that goes into landfills, reducing the energy intensity by more than 10% in our operations globally. Again, in the near term by 2030 itself. And these ambitious ESG goals underscores our commitment towards environment and responsible business practices. One of the approaches that we have taken, what we call as the 3 pillars, which is around sustainable solutions, developing, making sure we invest sustainably as well in terms of products and solutions, and also looking at ESG in practice. We are developing innovative products and services for our customers to mitigate emissions. We are investing a lot around climate and energy solutions through research and development of new products and technologies and responsible refrigerants, and also fostering inclusivity, diversity, and creating vibrant communities in wherever we work globally. And just to quote in terms of the impact that we are making already. So from since 2020, in the last 3 years, we've been able to avoid more than 212 million metric tons of greenhouse gas emissions for our customers globally. And like I said, we want to save more than 1 gigaton by 2030. And as we move forward, I mean, we are going to stay committed towards driving positive environmental change and creating a sustainable future for all of us and for the future generations. So thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. That's all from my side. Okay. So we'll be in touch, obviously. We'll update you on this. And thank you so much for today.